Welcome, welcome to the 2023 Black Stallions Awards podcast, featuring Consuello Hodges, our nominee, and hosted by me, SuJen. Shall we begin? Well, thank you everyone for tuning in to the Black Stallion podcast. We have here our amazing nominee. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Absolutely. First of all, good morning. My name is Consuello Hodges. I go by the name of Coach. People call me Coach because every time that they engage with me, I am looking for opportunity to coach them. I am a pastor. Some call me Pastor Consuello Hodges. Some call me Big C. All right. And I'm also a retired lieutenant colonel. So some call me Colonel C. I am the second son of Peggy Oliver. I have one brother and I have one sister. I grew up in a home full of love, and I believe part of my responsibility is to take what I grew up with, my value system, and deliver it to as many people as possible. So I'm super excited to be here and share in this interview today because I believe it's going to extend tremendous value to men all over the world.
That's right. Thank you so very much for participating. And I really thank you. I commend you for who you are. So tell us, what city and state are you from?
Great. So I hail from the great state of Florida. I'm a Gator. Go Gators. Chomp, chomp. And I grew up in Florida pretty much all my life. And until I went on to college in Tennessee, where I met my beautiful wife. And then we've had the opportunity to travel over the world through my military career. And so everywhere is home, wherever we find ourselves, because there's opportunity to have impact.
I definitely see the love. I search everywhere on your social media platforms, and I just see that love. I see that respect that you have from others, and that stance that you hold. And I really, really respect that. I really do. And just the fact that you do your own thing. So, what's your profession, outside of the military?
Oh, great question. So outside of the military, I'm known as the outreach king. All right, because my thing is outreach. I just believe that I was designed to go out and engage and meet people and help people and serve. So if you was to, see me without knowing me, then I think the first thing that will come to your mind is outreach. I believe that I'm the champion of the underserved, whether that's homeless veterans, whether that's people that just went through a tough time or going through a tough time or coming out of a tough time. I want to be a part of that process.
Wonderful. So tell me, I'm going to get deep and personal now.
Absolutely.
What's one word that describes you best? What would you say?
I would say love. Love. I just believe it's important I think that's our greatest asset that we have at our disposal. And the more we learn about it and the more we embrace it, the more impact that we can have.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So now tell me, what are 3 strengths that you have that would enable you to be a representation of the Black Stallion?
Another great question. I think it's important for other people to kind of tell you about you, because sometimes we're so close to ourselves, we don't even recognize our own strengths. But the more that you channel the people around you, they will remind you what those strengths are. And some of the, strengths that people have told me in the past was my first strength is people. I love people. I just feel that there's so much opportunity when we meet one another. I believe there's a little bit of Christ in each of us. And when we engage each other, then we'll learn more about Christ, because you have a hidden piece in you. I got a hidden piece in me, and our ability to connect give us a greater picture of Christ. And so that's one of my strengths is people. I am a people's person. I believe that everything revolves around people. My second strength is my empathy. All right. I believe that you have to put yourself in the shoes of other people in order to really appreciate the full context of who they are. Other than that, we're dealing with partial stories and half stories, and that doesn't really create empathy. All right. And when you have empathy, you can lead better, you can help better, you can position yourself to serve better. And that third one, I would say, is passion. All right. You have to be passionate about it. When you encounter me, you're going to see that I'm passionate about something, because people who are generally passionate about something, they'll commit to it, they'll stick to it, they'll see it through. And so those are three things that I think that represents me as a collective from hearing from those around me.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Powerful. So, what's a word of advice that you would give to other Black men, young and old?
Well, the word of advice that I would give to men in general, no matter what your age is commitment. All right. And practice. We have to learn to practice positivity again. We have to learn to practice love again. We have to learn to practice these very things that we aren't really good at, for whatever reason. However, that lack of training came about. It's okay, because we can always start now. We can always start today, but it starts with practice. And so one of the problems that I have with society is that we have gotten good at practicing bad things. And that's what we're seeing today. That's the manifestation of all of the hurt and the pain that people are going through, is because we have practiced the wrong things. But here's the good news. We can start practicing the right things again. And the more we practice, the better we'll become as a society, the better we'll become as men, the better we'll become as leaders. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes progress, and progress gives us the victory as men.
Yes, I love that, because it does not make perfect. There is no one that is perfect. No one. But progress, that is it. Amen to that. So, again, everyone, this is Consuello Hodges. Mr. Consuello Hodges, I want you to tell me give us a inspiring message today.
Well, listen, if I could inspire you, I would just challenge you, all right, to be you. Listen, we have so many insecurities in life. And one of the things that's going to help us overcome some of those insecurities is being ourselves. We have to understand it's important to be you. Everybody else is taken. All right. And it's nothing wrong with you. There's tremendous value in you. There's tremendous beauty in you. There's tremendous talent in you. You have been designed by God to be able to have impact in this world, to have impact with other people. But in order to really maximize that, to get to that space, you have to give yourself permission to be you unapologetically.
Sure. I am Susanna Jennings, aka SuJen, and I'm the creator of Black Stallions Awards. Okay. I really thank you for participating. I go around online and I look for the best and the most brilliant or sexiest Black man that I can find. And I found you, and I really thought that you would be a great representation of a Black man in society today. I don't know you, but what I see, I love, and it represents what I want people to see and know about a Black man. Okay?
Okay.
So with that, and I'm going to tell you before we start, I want you to know that I created this. I'm a brand developer, okay? As you see, I do a lot of different things. But as a brand developer, I said, you know what? there is a niche market for Black men right now, and I don't see anything making them look amazing.
Wow.
Okay. Well, can you find one? A
No,
show?
no, I like it. I like it. I like the fact that your heart has it's towards the upbuilding of Black men, because society hasn't done a really good job of
No.
making us known. And for whatever reason, that's the case. I like the fact that God placed it on your heart to do, because there are some incredible brothers out there that's doing some amazing things. And society deserves for that narrative to change, and so people can see the true value of the brother.
Absolutely.
I love the randomness of it. I love the whole vision and the idea behind it, because men need to know that there's people out there that's championing them. All right. And that society is not all directed towards tearing them down or casting them in the most negative light, because let's be honest, there's a stereotype out there. There's a narrative that's already been placed way above our pay grade about Black men and the value that we bring, right? And to just know that somebody behind the scenes got a vision to help us.
And it's a woman.
Yeah, ain't that something, babe? Because and the irony in that is, a lot of people argue that it's the Black woman who has been partly responsible for tearing down and creating this negative, whether that's been intentional or subconsciously or unsubconsciously, just through the sheer from a relationship perspective. Maybe I had a bad experience with a brother, and now that this is how I feel about all Black men, and then running with that, and then society tagging building off that, and then shaping us in the negative light. So the fact that a woman is doing it is even more powerful, because it gives other Black women an opportunity to have a different focus. Like, maybe I should be building my husband up. Maybe I should be building my nephew up, my uncle up, instead of just letting this narrative run deep, and forcing them into this box that they shouldn't be in. So yeah, I'm definitely digging the whole idea of what your goal is.
Yeah, amen. Amen.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
It's an emotional thing, because as a single woman, I've endured no love in my life by a really genuine man. Wow. But I see a lot of strong men who are with sisters. And, they're, other nationalities. And I say to myself, I hope they value that man, because if I had him, I would, and it's imperative that we show positive light to society about Black men, because I believe that even the youths, and there are some older men who have insecurities, because no one is showing value to them.
Mm. Yeah,
they're nothing. They're worthless. They're liars. They're cheaters. You understand me?
Yeah. And then and we got to own it too. As men, we have to unlearn a lot of things that we saw some of our uncles do, some of our uncles and stuff say, our fathers, our absent fathers. All of these things have played a role in what I call the deterioration of the Black narrative of men. Because I remember, relatives, as a young person, people would give me advice and say, hey, just take care of your family, but you can do this on the side. And when you look back and reflect on that, I was like, oh my gosh, they actually said that. So these are things we have to unlearn, and if we're not unlearning them, we will perpetuate them, and then they'll manifest in these young sons, because they will believe, hey, I'm just doing what I respect my uncle. I'm just doing what he told me. Life seemed to be pretty good for him, so I thought it was a legitimate advice. I had to go back and apologize to some young men and say, man, no, don't you do, that's crazy. That's insane. That's how I was feeling and that's how I was learning at that rate, at that age. But absolutely not. This is probably the worst advice that I've ever been given, you
Mm,
know, but it took me a while to mature to a space for myself to see how damaging something like that was, you
mhm.
know, and the impact and the people that it would hurt along the way. And so, um, like you said, it's important for us to jump in there and take the narrative back through our behaviors, through our actions, through our advice that we provide people, you know,
Yes,
because it starts with those little seeds. And once they're planted, man, guess what? It's gonna grow one direction or the other. And
yeah,
we rather control that growth in a positive manner. So.
yeah. I want to take away the the I want to take away the elements that don't represent a black man. It's not
Mm,
what he drives. It's not his music. It's not, all of that. It's what's within him and how he carries himself and how he treats others, right? How he respects society, how he intentionally just want people to grow and show love and
mm.
respect for others. And I want them to see examples of it. It's so important. It's so, so important because
Uh,
many of us don't have fathers. We haven't grown up with fathers, so we don't see that example.
yeah.
We do not.
And that value system and that love and the, you know, and that consistency and that commitment, you know, these are things that we want to, you know, put out there. We want to show that the black man comes packaged with these things, and if they don't come packaged with these things, we have leaders that will mentor them and make sure they have that package before they go out there and start building family, getting in a relationship. Because of what's the value of getting in a relationship if you don't bring value to that relationship, if you don't bring love to that relationship, healing, forgiveness, and all of these things. So we have to be packaged or willing to become packaged. You know, one of the coolest things that I've had the opportunity to do is be a Steve Harvey mentor for single mothers and sons. So we would take 200 of these boys who are fatherless, and we would spend a week with them, you know, and we would sign a mentor to those young men for a week, addressing their hurt, addressing their pain, filling some of those voids. Like, I've never been fishing, I've never been to the movies, I've never, you know, with my father or with a male figure. And so we closed the loop on a lot of those things, and we, you know, challenged them. You know, we dug into their pain, right? Looking at some of their experiences, you know, with being an absent father, and what does that look like and how that has impacted them, so we can fill that breach, right? And at the beginning of the meeting, man, it was mind blowing, because the pain that these young men had, they didn't want to speak about their father. They want to kill their father. I mean, these were voices of young men that were neglected. And by the end of the week, they were able to understand, you know, some of the trauma that their father may have had been through, and some of the things that their father just didn't know or was exposed to, and which broke down a lot of barriers. And by the end of the week, they were able to write a letter to their father.
Mm, that's
You know,
awesome.
so you go from a place of I want to kill you to a place of love in 7 days. You know, and that was just pretty amazing. And it brought to my attention the reality that we got young men all over the world that's stuck into this painful place. So what chance do our women have with
That's why we're so strong because
right?
we
Because
can't
it's a
wait.
forced thing, you know, and women should never have been created to deal with that type of barrier.
Exactly. So I want to take the pain. I don't want to focus on the pain with black men
Mm-hmm.
because we've done that. We've done that. We've overdone that. What
Yeah,
we need to focus is on is the strength of
the
that,
strength.
the
Amen.
positive light of that black man, what he is good for, his value, his worth, and
Mm.
show it. Show it.
Yeah, that's a
So
great transition. Absolutely.
absolutely, I don't want to show any negativity
Mm.
at all. If you do have it, I don't want to know, and I don't want to show anybody it. I want to
Yeah,
show them the positive. Because guess what? No one's perfect. No one. Correct. That is definitely correct. And that is why you are a nominee for the Black Stallions Awards 2023. God bless you. I love you. I love all of you. I thank our audience for participating and viewing today. We want you to visit us online at Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Black Stallions Awards. And if you have any questions, if you want to nominate someone, just like Mr. Hodges, we want you to suggest who you would love to be a Black Stallion. And you know what? For all you viewers who are wondering what is a Black Stallion, a Black Stallion is a black, strong, thick, enduring, um, full of strength horse. But guess what? In my definition, he is a strong Black man. He is a great representation. He is not just the physical, but he is the internal of a Black man, the part that we want as women. Okay? And we're here to show you all of those wonderful aspects of that man. And he is definitely one of those examples. Thank you so very much, Mr. Hodges. We love you. And good luck on 2023 because we will have you as one of our nominees. And just a reminder also to our viewers, we do have a Black Stallion calendar contest, so you might want to inquire about that. We are selecting 12 amazing men. You don't have to have that buff body, but hey, I welcome everyone. Everyone has beauty, you know, from the top of their heads to the bottom of their feet. You never know, okay? But I'm gonna make the world see the best of you. God bless you. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Consuelo, I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sue, and thank you for the Black Stallion leadership that you're developing. It's so needed in our society, and men all over the world is going to benefit and be able to take advantage of remembering who we are as men and what we bring to bear in this world and in this life. So I thank God for a platform like Black Stallion because it's going to, remind brothers that we are incredible human beings and we are powerful. We have strength. And we have the ability to make a difference. And that's exactly what we're going to do going forth. So thank you again. Thank the Black Stallion community and just super excited. And don't forget to vote for your brother.
All right. All right. Well, thank you. God bless. And everyone, don't forget who you are. You are valuable. You are number one in my book, in our book. And you have to own that. See you later, guys. Have a great, wonderful day.
God bless.
Bye-bye.